David Calvert coming your way with another Monday Marriage Minute. We've been talking a lot over the last few weeks about forgiveness. I spent about 4 weeks talking about what forgiveness is not. If you missed any of those lessons, you can find them on my website, davidcalvertlpc.com, or you can find them on my YouTube page for Counseling Solutions of Eastern Oklahoma. But we've been talking the last few weeks about what forgiveness is. And we started out by saying that forgiveness is a choice. I can do it whether I feel like doing it or not. I choose to forgive for my own mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Whether or not the other person deserves it, wants it, asks for it, demands it, I do it for me, not for the other person. We said next that forgiveness is basically canceling a debt. It's writing it off. They wronged me. There's a sense that they owe me, but I know that there's really not anything the other person can do to make it up to me. So I choose to cancel the debt. I choose to write it off. I forgive the debt. I let it go. I'm not going to try to collect on it. And that's the third thing that we talked about last week, that forgiveness is letting go. It's letting go of the need to retaliate. It's letting go of the desire to punish. It's letting go of the pain and the hurt. And it's just letting it go into God's hands, especially if the other person has never really acknowledged or owned the wrong or tried to make amends. I can put that person in God's hand and let it go. I can also let go knowing that God is going to work it for my good and for His glory. The last thing I want to say about forgiveness is that it's a process. I really believe, from my own personal experience and from years of counseling with people that are dealing with hurts, that there's a process involved in forgiveness. And it's got 3 parts to this process. The first part is what I call the decision, which we talked about already, and it sometimes helps if I will declare it with my mouth. I declare, I choose to forgive this person. Whether or not they've owned it, I do it for me. So I declare to God and to myself, I am forgiving this person. I make that decision. I think it helps to declare it. It nails it down. I'm making this decision. Then it starts a process of what I call wrestling with unforgiveness feelings. I may still, even 5 minutes after I declare it, have those feelings like, but they did this and it hurts, and I may find myself getting angry all over again, and I may then question, did I really forgive them? Yes, I forgave them. It was a choice. It was a decision. But I'm still having unforgiveness feelings. And that wrestling may go on for weeks, months, sometimes years. It depends on the depth of the hurt, but I will wrestle with that for a while. Eventually, though, there comes a point in time where the sting lessens. It doesn't hurt quite as bad as it did. And I may eventually, if I've chosen not to stay in a relationship with that person, I may eventually not think about them that much. Or if I am in a relationship with that person, it's still a part of our story. It's an interesting chapter of our story, but it's just something that happened. It's not something that has all the pain with it. And so I actually start to have what I call forgiveness feelings, where I can actually pray that God will bless that person, where I can actually wish them well. So that's the third part of the process. I have I declare it, I make the decision, I wrestle with the unforgiveness feelings, and then the forgiveness feelings come. I hope that makes sense. I hope you've enjoyed our discussions about forgiveness. If you're struggling to forgive someone who's hurt you, especially if it's a spouse, if you're having trouble in your marriage relationship, I can help. Go to my website, davidcalvertlpc.com. I would love to talk with you. Until next time, this has been Monday Marriage Minute. God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.